it's gonna get sticky. So you got to be able to just figure it out or
reroute.
That's it.
So let's stick with the family topic. You have a brother, TJ,
Right.
who act like he the big brother.
Yeah, he do sometimes. He do sometimes.
Now, I would just want to say, like, I love your relationship because you guys compete at everything. I wouldn't care if it was drinking water from the water fountain in the gym. Like, who drunk better? I drunk longer. I drunk faster. Like,
we do.
It's like, oh my God, watching you guys play chess.
It get intense too. I be
intense.
pissed.
They play chess every single day, and I want to really dwell on the fact that although it's in the gym and it's taken so serious, I see how it's actually transitioned to the play. I mean, to your fellas, right? At first, Rob was like, I don't want to play chess,
but now he like, who got
but
next?
now it's like, and that's crazy because over 3 years, your kids have went from not playing nothing to getting, finishing their workout and playing chess every day, and now they competitive in that. They're competitive in handball.
Everything.
It's like a competitive, like just mindset.
Everything.
It's dope.
If I don't win, you playing me again.
That's it. That's it. But that's the beauty of it. Like when somebody got to beat you every time, and that's a hard thing to do, to tell, like, for somebody to really have to see you every game and feel like, man, I got to really show up every game just to beat you. That's amazing. Like, you know what I'm saying? As a man, it's like, you got to show up when you see me.
Yes, and you want people to respect you in that manner.
Yeah.
You want them to, you want their best, so you can show them I'm better.
I'm better. And if you beat me that day, you had a better day. But guess what? You got to see me tomorrow too.
Exactly.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
So your mom and dad, you were raised by your mom and dad, and I just want to say kudos to your parents because they raised two young men who became professional athletes. You play professional basketball, and your brother is a professional boxer. That's like, that's like a 1 in a million shot chance because most people don't get one.
Yeah, that's true.
So they got two, and I think that it speaks volumes to what they instilled in you guys to make you work hard and give you that mindset to go after your dreams and not stop. I really applaud your parents so much. And thinking about your parents right now, let's talk about your father, and rest in peace to your dad. Yeah. What role did your father play in planting the seed for what you're doing now?
Oh, he was everything. Everything, literally. I tell the stories, and I do not be lying. When I was, it had to be when I was like 6 or 7.
Okay.
He literally got up with me and told me every morning at 5 a.m. to run around Palmer Park. We did it every day. Cold, same thing I made them do. Cold, running, anything. We ran and we did our push-ups, we did our sit-ups. He told us that was important to become an athlete. You had to be in shape.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
he had to be in shape.
He had to be in shape, and that was what he did to us. He took us around. Whatever he had to do to get us to practice, same thing you doing, same thing, whatever he had to do. I don't care what car he was in. We had to ride a bike together.
Amen.
He did that.
He rode it out with you guys.
He rode it out. He never let me quit. My first year at Southwestern, I wanted to leave. He didn't let me do it. No, you're gonna stay there and you're gonna figure it out. And it ended up being the best thing for me. I had a ball there. You know what I'm saying? But he was everything as far as me not quitting and working and learning to just compete.
So describe how that first year you had to go overseas by yourself.
Oh, that was easy.
It was easy.
That was easy. I wanted my senior year. I had a JUCO offer. That's the only offer I had, which was crazy. But I caught the Greyhound from Detroit all the way to Colorado by myself. I was 17.
See, that's what kids like us do back in the day.
Yeah, and
these kids today catch a bus to Colorado.
Listen, I was hanging out that window like on Shawshank Redemption at the end when he's heading to Mexico. I was on that Greyhound looking like I was excited. You know what I'm saying? Like I was ready to roll. I had my bags. I was on the bus. Like I'm like, ooh, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm looking at the country. I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? I was geek. And
and that's good because I want parents to kind of hear this, as they're raising their children who are playing sports, especially because that school that might offer your kid may be far away. And to prepare them, they need all those tools, like you said, being disciplined, getting up, doing things, understanding how to be responsible. On top of just understanding that mom and dad might not be there the rest of the way.
That is true.
And if they're not there,
That's
can
true.
I do it?
Can you do it alone?
And I think I've learned that I might have did an okay job. So I missed like 2 games this year already.
Yeah.
And before I used to hate missing games because I used to be like, but he need me there. But now I'm okay. Like I know, like he gonna show up because he already been.
It's installed in him. It's installed in him. Like my dad made it so easy for me. Like literally, when I left, I was happy to leave. Like I wasn't like I was nervous. It was I was like cool. I was ready to take on. You know what I'm saying? And
take on the world.
Yeah,
exactly.
and it's installed in him. Like he's gonna be ready. Obviously, I'm in his ear all the time, so like he's ready for whatever gonna come to him. You know what I'm saying? He make good decisions, so he gonna be ready. It's just a matter of letting the parents just they gotta just.
I could go ahead and live my little life.
Yeah, you
right?
can go ahead.
Let go.
He know what to do. You know what I'm saying? He know what to do.
So talk about Tony for me, your brother. Just kind of give the audience because I also want to know. I want people to understand the importance of like being close with your siblings, like no matter what. So talk about TJ.
I mean, it's the same. Me and him. Really, it was just me and him in the house together the whole time. So like like I said, when we ran in the morning. He always beat me on the distance.
Okay.
Right, but my dad always made us do sprints, and I always beat him on the sprint. So we was always, competing outside, me and him one-on-one, in the street one-on-one, fighting one-on-one. Walking to the store, it was me and him. You know what I'm saying? It was literally me and him. My dad always told me, y'all two against everybody. And
that's a great. Y'all two against everybody.
Everybody. He always told me, don't let nobody come in between you and your brother. Y'all two stick together, right or wrong. So. Tony is, and honestly, a lot of people don't know this, but Tony changed my life.
Okay.
He did, because I share this story with athletes overseas all the time. When I came home overseas, I was basically broke.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I sent a lot of my money home, and I came home, I didn't have nothing. I was like working, trying to do little jobs. I was quitting. You know what I'm saying? And I had a little bit of change left, and he was like, "Man, look, we gonna just get this building," and He changed my life, like from there, because he used to always give me money all the time. When I came home, I was broke, and I asked, like, bro, give me $1,000. He used to do it. Like, listen, bro, I'm not about to keep giving you money. You know what I'm saying? So
okay. Big little brother
he
TJ.
did, because this when I was stopping playing, Tony was on the way up. This one he was on fire. You know what I'm saying? So he's like, look, you're going to have to make your own way. So I'm not going to babysit you. You're going to do this, and it's on you now. Okay. So he basically got the gym for me. That's how I started. You know what I'm saying? So he literally originally got the gym for me.
And that's funny because that was kind of like my next question, but go ahead.
Yeah, so he got the gym for me.
Okay.
Right, and ever since then, my work ethic was already there. I just didn't have the
structure.
Right.
And
the
experience, right? Because you have to sometimes fail.
And you have to fail.
Right.
And you have to fail. You have to fail.
And get it together.
And it's people like us that when we fail, we're going to get right back
You're going to get right back to it. Because even with my brother, when I was training him, like I did a bad job of getting him in shape the first fight he lost.
Okay.
And he didn't quit with me, and I didn't. I had to study. I study, and that's how I got so good at what I do. I just you fail and you get up and you figure it out.
I'm glad you brought up study, and I was talking about you last night to somebody that I was telling I'm having you on the show, and so one of the things that I loved about you when we came back the second time, right? Because the first time when we were there, we were there. It was just the gym was new.
It was new. It wasn't established.
And I won't say we just did. School started back, so when school started back, it was like the schedule. I don't think we knew how to.
It was a lot going on.
You know, and so coming back there though, this is what I really love. I love how I would come in there and you would always have that plan. Like you would have the plan. You would know what everybody was doing, and everybody had a different plan.
Correct.
And I thought that spoke volumes to me, just because. Literally, some trainers train everybody the same way, and I'm not knocking. I'm not knocking that, right? But for me, being a structured, disciplined person, playing, college basketball, and knowing that you need something that shows that you're gonna progress and shows what you've done, seeing you do that every day, I was like, dang, he really. I mean, it could be the person who weighed 300 pounds, or the person who weighed 175 pounds, right? You always had the plan, and you always knew their goal, and like, we're going to do this, and then we're going to start a new one. And I think that is the beauty of you. I realized that you researched. You didn't just throw some stuff together.
Right.
You took the time out.
I took the time, yeah.
You took the time out. Even me watching you, I think it was on your Instagram page, and you were studying boxing with one of the boxers.
Oh yeah. Watch film. I usually watch film with them. Yeah.
And so people don't understand, like, they can say, oh well, LJ didn't box, right? Because I know some people might say that.
A lot of people say that,
right?
Yeah.
But sometimes the best coaches, trainers are people who just love it, have the passion, and have the knowledge to study, because they know they don't know it all.
Right. Exactly.
And that's beautiful.
And I mean, even to this day, I don't have all the answers for boxing, but I know I study just like I still study for him.
Exactly.
You know, I watch him grow. I watch Rob grow every day, and I say, okay, well, he need a little more of this now. You know, or same thing with Chop. Okay, Chop, they getting bigger, but they might need a little more of this.
Right.
So it's just a matter of like you really have to love what you're doing and have to study your people that you got. You got to have a passion for it. If you don't have a passion, I'm not gonna be able to look at Rob or Chop or AP anybody and say they need this. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And then you get sometimes where you just put them all together because you just want them to compete.
No, for sure.
You know
I love that. I like that part.
I was watching some videos last night. Was on a beach. I'm like,
man, we used to get after it. Like, and it was that's so good to see. Like he sprint, come on, Rob, and he dig it, and they bent over it, but they but they pushing, y'all pushing. You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about the story with Rob. So do you remember, or maybe you want to tell the story? The story of when you first was getting hit in the stomach with the ball.
Oh man, bro.
Yeah, that's a tough one. A lot of kids fail that one.
That was probably like the worst day of my life. I ain't gonna lie. I was crying.
They cried.
We got video.
Y'all cried. I got so much stuff.
He was crying, and as his mother, this when we first came back, and I was like, I'm over there like I want to cry, but I know I gotta do the right thing. Right. So I'm like, boy, you all right? Yeah. Just take it.
Yeah.
But in my even right now, I cannot watch that video without tearing up.
It's funny,
right?
It's funny.
But then to see him last summer, I think it was last summer when they brought the ball back out, and to see him taking it, oh my God, like. Tough. He's coming home full circle.
For sure.
I'm telling you, they tough.
For sure.
They tough because I'll tell you, I watch them.
Because it wasn't even like a strong thing. It was a mindset.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
That's all it was.
That's all it is. Most of the stuff I'm giving them, 90% of it just gonna be for the mind because most of them, honestly, just probably not gonna make it that far as sports. But if your mindset is to keep pushing, you probably gonna be successful.
Right.
Yes.
At whatever you do.
Yes.
So it's just a mind thing. Like, don't quit. Just keep going. No matter what you got to do to keep going. If you want that job, go get it. If you want this position, go get it. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of a mindset. But to see them coming from where they came from, I'll be watching old pictures and they be looking on the scrawny and, and I'll be like, oh, man. They get here. Now he dunking now. I remember his first dunk.
Yes.
And I was like, it's time.
Yes.
It's time. All them hill workouts, I'm like, it's time. So it'd be a good
I like
thing
how you brought up the mindset thing because when you first got back with him, I was going to Tony. And I remember like Tony used to try to make me, he used to tell me, this is what your workout is. And I used to be like, I can't do that. You know what I mean? Like literally, and this was like every other day. You want me to do that? You want me to really jump off two hands, grab that thing, lift up, like what?
Yeah.
And every single time, I don't care what it was, I did it.
You did it.
I did it. And so it was just, and I'm a tough ass, I'm a tough athlete. I'm a tough athlete. But the mental piece, and I feel like the boxing that he does, it takes that. It takes hella mental to actually box. And I don't know too many people who can actually get in the ring and fight another person and accept what the consequences can be. And I think that takes a lot of courage.
It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to know, like, it's just, like you said, one-on-one. Because really at that level, anybody can be beat, anybody can lose. So it's like, who trains the hardest. There's so much stuff that go into that. When you walk into the gym, you see that ring alone, a lot of people be like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Most parents, like y'all, they don't understand, like, when they coming in that gym, there's a possibility that this could be part of your training.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of kids be like, I'm straight. I don't want my kids. I'm like, well, you can't come.
Okay.
Because you can't tell me you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not going to turn him into a world champion, but at some point he has to get some type of feel of what it feels to dig
to
deep.
have courage.
To have courage and dig deep and toughness and push through.
I know you remember when I first came and I didn't want to box at all.
He like, man, I don't want to. He like, man, I don't want no parts of that. I'm like, what you gonna do then? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But the more he came, the stronger he got, the more confident he got. Now he getting that little pad work, and I'm like, see, that's, you know what I'm saying? But that boxing is a whole different ball game.
So let's talk about boxing, okay? The atmosphere. So I'm gonna tell you, the kids. We're gonna start with the kids first.
Okay.
So normally, if you come in the gym around 4 o'clock ish,
let's say 4.
Yeah. Anybody, and this for anybody, you walk into this gym at 4 o'clock, you're going to see all of these kids. Like, I mean, listen, I think y'all got a 4-year-old up in there. Like,
we got killers.
Yeah, like little 4-year-old kids.
We got killers.
and they're all just from 4 years old to 12, 13, 14. And the best part is when they all get in the ring, when it's time to fight each other.
Yep.
Describe what you feel when you're in that environment with the babies.
I feel like, honestly, I feel accomplished. Like, I feel accomplished because I get to see, again, from 4 years old, and to see these kids competing. And the beauty of it is when they lose, especially that young, we training them to accept your loss.
Yes. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't like they storming out crying, to go shake his hand. And they more they understand, like, sports is just a little part of what's going on. You know what I'm saying, in your life. So, you just give it your all, and that's all you can do.
That's all you can do. I like that.
So to see them kids, it's accomplishing. Like, you get to see them competing at so young. Oh, they mixing it in, and then, like I said, win or lose, they shaking hands, and then they come back the next day and they want more.
Yes.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So that's
I love when the kids get in trouble. That'd be funniest.
Oh man. But we still give out whoopings in there.
That's the best part.
Man.
When the kids get in trouble, oh my goodness, they
be terrified because
very much terrified.
They be terrified because it's a respect thing that me and Tony got in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's like they know we don't play that.
They give you a choice. They say you either get in the ring with Gordy or get in the ring by LJ. They like
that's it.
Gordy.
They be like, oh, Gordy. Or I see now sometimes the little ones I be like, what you want? You want to get in the ring with him or you want to whoop him?
Right.
And then like literally moms call me. He had it, and I give them a whooping, and they don't have no more issues.
Yeah.
None of them, you know what I'm saying? It'd be fun. We give them different options, the Gordy, the me, the Tony, the Bill, how y'all want it, and then keep the kids in line.
It's beautiful to watch. I think if anyone ever visited your gym, I feel like that's the time they can just come, and everything's so organic.
We undefeated in there.
Yes.
We undefeated. It's because you can obviously tell, like, it don't have nothing to do with no money. It's just like, you could come in there and you could meet somebody that you don't know, and then the fact that y'all know how me and Tony are, y'all gonna connect.
Always,
always.
And y'all gonna make.
We got Lil Rob.
It's gonna be
Lil Rob. Look, Lil Rob's mom and me. We just kick it.
Yeah, it's like it's everybody with this gym. We gonna grow together.
And I love when new people come because I always try to make sure I let them know. Listen, no matter what. This is the best thing.
This is the best
Don't
thing.
worry about it. Just know that this is the best thing for
thing.
your kid, and it's gonna work itself out. I love that. So before we go on to the next topic, we're gonna go ahead and go to a commercial break real quick. But this is really good stuff. I love it.
We'll be back.
Yes.
We live in a world where our voices have power, and we should use that power every day. Speak Volumes clothing and apparel is designed to tell our stories and be unapologetic while doing so. Visit our website, www.speakvolumes.com. That's Speak Volumes with a Z, where you will find the spirit and freedom to wear what you believe. Speak Volumes. Your power is in your mindset.
That was Speak Volumes clothing. And today, myself and Rob have on the design, My Shoes Speak Volumes, dope kicks.
Most definitely.
Let me see your shoes. Your
My
shoes
shoes
speak volumes.
You
Okay,
yeah.
buddy. Okay.
Definitely.
Are you gonna put them up? You gonna put them up?
Definitely clean. Definitely the clean ones.
For sure.
Okay.
Definitely the clean one.
We appreciate our sponsor, but that's also co-owner of mine over here, our clothing line. So thank you very much. Speak Volumes commercial. Your mom. Let's talk about moms right quick, because your mom is the bomb.com.
Yes, she is.
Talk about your mom. When you think about mom, what do you think about?
Tough.
Mm-hmm.
Tough. She's competitive too. You know
I already know.
She sure is.
She's competitive. She's the reason I started hooping.
Okay.
Yeah, she's the reason I started hooping. She I just play her one-on-one all the time. I could never beat her.
Hey, sounds like somebody I
Don't need to
know.
look over here because you for sure can't beat me.
Well, listen, my mom, I could never beat her. Like, I could never. I was playing her one-on-one for years. I could never. She used to post me up. She used to really be like
Banging you.
like putting her booty on me, like boom, boy, you can't stop me in this paint, like, you know what I'm saying, going to work. And I used to cry like, Mom, you cheating. She'd be like, shut up and fix it then. And, I could never beat her. And then, I finally won, and she was like, you finally got me. You learn how to shoot that jump shot. And that's how I started shooting a little bit.
Okay.
Because I had to, you know what I'm saying? She wouldn't let me come down, and she used to foul me.
Ooh.
You're not coming down here, you know what I'm saying? So she a competitor.
Yes, she is.
She tough. You know, she honestly. So it was like a perfect balance. Like my dad taught me how to do the physical stuff, like how to survive, how to move. You know, when you're outside the house, how to be an athlete. My mom always made sure my room was clean. She taught me how to cook. You know what I'm saying? So when I went to school, I felt like I had a perfect balance. My room was always clean. I knew how to cook. I knew how to, you know how to manage. Yeah, I knew how to manage. Right. You know what I'm saying? She was that perfect balance for my dad. So when I put both of them together, literally, like I said, I was on the bus. I was ready to take on.
Yeah, you sound like me because I
and you be on them, right? You be.
Like, I'm talking about even for me, like going to college. My college was in North Carolina. My mom drove me there, and when we got there, she cried the entire time through the whole registration line. Yeah. She was supposed to stay with me for 2 days, and something happened, and she was like, I gotta go home, and I'm gonna leave tonight. And she's like, you shouldn't even stay here, because she didn't like, black schools. They're in the country, and it's not too, it looks poor. So she like, I didn't want to leave my baby here. I said, oh, I'm staying. You could go. I'm staying. Like, I was good.
I'm straight.
As soon as she left, went and put my hoop shorts on, went straight to the court.
That's how I go.
Because when you hoop,
that's how it is.
It's a community.
That's how it is.
That you just instantly make friends because you can
hoop.
That's
how it is. Exactly.
And I knew that, right?
That's so I can go anywhere and hoop and just eat.
Anywhere.
With bros. Like
anywhere. Anywhere. And they gonna pick you up first, too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That we got rides.
Especially, or when they know you from Detroit.
Yeah, that's a respect. That's a respect.
For sure.
Same thing I did. As soon as I got off the campus, I went straight to the gym, and it was a bunch of Philly dudes. And where you from? Where you from, young boy? You know,
young boy. Yeah, that's it.
Where you from, young boy? I'm from Detroit. Oh, you trying to get on this joint? I'm like, yeah, come on. You know what I'm saying? And then that's how I go. But my mom was everything. You know, she was.
And she's in the gym all the time. She works out still, just like me. I want to be like her. You know what I'm saying?
She work out.
And what I love about her is she check the kids when they not being tough.
Right.
She go right over to them and let them know.
She do.
She push
She do. And she don't play about that gym due either. Did y'all pay y'all gym due today? Everybody.
Right.
It's like, I'm like, Ma, give them. No, I don't care. Did they pay their money? I'm like, Ma, give them. They straight. We straight. She don't play. She do not play.
So along with the gym, and I'll probably wait for this one. So in the gym, you got boxers, the young babies. We talked about the young babies. Let's talk about the pro athletes, because I think the more and more I watch you, your basketball boys, them your boys, but I think that the boxers are becoming like really, really special to you. Like I can see it the way you're just so much more passionate about it than before you kind of was training Tony, like the man, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So kind of talk about that.
Honestly, people call me every day. Honestly, my passion, I love just training, period. But my passion is they group and my boxers.
Okay.
Honestly, it was robbing them. That was like I was head over heels for them.
For sure, I know.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was head over heels for them. I'm head over heels for them, but I know I'm not quite head over heels for the boxers, but I know my responsibility to them, it's a little bit more now than it was for robbing them. Because since my dad died, literally, who they depend on.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, my focus now, I split my time literally. If I'm not training the boxers, I just want to train them. So people call me all the time, like, can you train my son? He's 6. I'll be like, I can't do it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? As before, if I was just training them, I would have took it. You know what I'm saying? But literally, I honestly, all I want to do, I tell people come in the gym, I be like, I got to give you to this person. I just, if I'm not training like the high school, like robbing them, I just want to train the boxer.
And that's good because, again, your time. And now even you go into how many trainers you guys have, which is a blessing because we started out with just
me, like me and Tony.
You know what I mean? And now to come in there and I see Alicia working and I see Al working and I see my baby
Gordy working.
Boogie working. Gordy, it's like, and it's a beautiful thing that you guys have been able to even get Gordy in them to realize, like, you guys can do this too.
You can do it too.
On top of what you do here, this all is going to make the gym grow. It
is. And I mean, they there all day anyway. So like, you already training. It ain't like you doing nothing. So you might as well just, we teaching them how to, just deal with people. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't know how to really deal with people when it comes to like the business part. But you teach them that, and then now they all got their own little style. So like Gordy got the babies. Lance get, you know what I'm saying? Alicia get all the women. You know what I'm saying? So it's good. We just giving everybody a chance to try to grow and just,
and build the gym and the brand. And again, just making it an atmosphere that, like, it feels like home no matter who you are walking in there. And again,
I can go there and stay there all day.
All day.
Yeah,
with
for
no
sure.
question.
And
I
no
just
question.
Be there all day.
All day.
Exactly.
It be times I be wanting to go home and I just be sitting there playing chess or we talking stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Or we working out, or you building with somebody. It's always like you look up like, man, I've been here for 2 hours. You know,
Exactly.
3
Like,
hours.
Or if I ain't doing nothing, I'm like, what you doing at the gym? I'm on my way.
Yeah, you like I'm on the way. You come up and kick it, and you end up talking to a parent about. You know what I'm saying? We just try to keep it organic in there. It ain't about nothing but everybody just building.
Never
and
a dull moment in there.
Never. Tell us about some of your top athletes, because I think we should at least, get some names out there that people may not know, especially your boxers, some of your athletes, even in your basketball group. Just, tell us about some of them. Give us a little information about some of them.
So a lot of the athletes that I've been, that's like probably not as known that people really, well, it just depends, because like the high school kids, like they all kind of know each other.
Yes.
Like, him and Chop, they football, basketball, or him
Right.
and Lil Tonio.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So they all crossing paths through the gym. So they,
Yes.
that's a little different. But as far as like the pros, a lot of people probably don't know Gordy or Jamarco, for example. Jamarco really is only strictly a boxer.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So, but the more he come in there, he get to connect with the different guys. So like Jamarco got his first fight March next weekend.
Okay.
So it's people just like Jamarco or like Lil Gerd from Michigan State. You know what I'm saying? The cornerback for there. So I'm starting to get like a lot more football college guys. Or your guy that just came.
His name is
Reese.
David Reese.
Yeah, David Reese. For some reason, I never knew him until just recently, but I looked at him. I'm like, man, he kind of,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's
Most
like,
definitely.
so it's good that I get to work him out. And I get to put him on a platform where he can,
And it's people like him, like when his dad was talking to me, just having a regular conversation and telling me about his son and how he wanted to get him back and this, that, and other. So I'm just sitting there and I'm like, yeah, you need to take him to LJ. And he like, LJ, who's LJ?
Yeah,
I'm like, listen, it's not gonna be peaches and cream when you go in there. It's not gonna be Division I nothing. It's gonna be the grind. When he walks in there, he needs to understand.
You have to work your way up in there.
Yes, you
Yeah.
do.
When I tell you
do.
can be a 5-star. When
That's
you
a
walk
good
in there,
point.
you is nothing.
That's a great point.
You are nothing.
But that's
That
honestly a
is
great
it.
point, because I don't care. I tell them all the time, I don't care if you rank 1. I don't care if you rank 100. I don't care who you think you is. I say, in here, you got to earn that in here.
Amen.
And he's one of the kids, like literally, he lived by that. Him, Chop, AP, them kids, they started from down
the
here.
bottom.
The bottom.
The bottom.
The bottom. And now
Yeah.
they like our premier athletes. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm proud to, I get to share their pictures. I'm proud of them. I don't care if they win or lose.
Amen.
I'm proud of the men that they growing up to be. You know what I'm saying?
Thinking about that part in terms of all the guys. So it's a question out here. So you've invested in a lot of the guys, like personally. So we've been 3 years now. So I think, and I'm saying 3 years consistent.
Consistent, yeah.
Like it's consistent,
Yeah,
nonstop. What's one of the memories? And I'm hoping you picked this memory. What's one memory of a time that any of them disappointed you?
It's one, and this how I knew I was in love with these kids. This how I knew they broke my heart. And he know too.
I do.
They broke my heart. I literally bashed and laughed. He like, you damn near crying. I was like, I was get out the chill. Like, you know what I mean? I was sick. I tried to stay strong, but man, they I was trying to go run. I try to let them be men, and
Exactly.
they supposed to, y'all know what y'all supposed to do.
So they went to go run their mile.
They went to go run. It's actually like a 2 mile.
Yeah, it's 2 miles.
Yeah.
Right. So it was just like one of them days. Let me just creep up on them and see what they doing. they walking and playing and wrestling. I'm like, wow, I said, okay, don't worry about it. So I turn around. I go a couple blocks. They headed back. I'm like, I can't believe they shorted me like this, and they crushed me like they crushed me. I came back to the gym. Everybody was like, oh yeah, we ran. I'm like, how was y'all run? I said, how was y'all run, Rod? They said, oh, we was good. I said, y'all went hard? Yeah, we did. Why you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, look. When he said, how was y'all run? I was like, I already knew. I was like, damn.
I can tell you knew.
I'm like, he don't ever ask us how our run was.
Yeah, I knew he knew.
I started walking back. I'm like, nah, bro, nah.
I knew he knew though, because when I said it, he looked at me like, he didn't say nothing. I was like, I know, but everybody else like, they don't know my tricks. Like Macy on them knew, so they was like,
knew.
It was good.
King Mace.
Yeah.
King Mace was like, oh yeah, it's good. He knew what I was up to.
I'm like, don't even say nothing, bro.
Yeah.
So instead of lying, you chose to walk away.
He just walked away.
I was about to just walk
He
away.
just walked away. He don't even know he was walking. He don't know what I was gonna make. He just turned around. But They broke my heart, and I literally was like, man, y'all get out the gym. And I literally remember my voice, like I was chopping up. I'm like, man, get out the gym, man. Like I was about to cry. And I knew like this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's that moment, right?
Yeah.
It is nothing better than that moment when you know like this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Like
I was
really,
born to do.
I never cried. Like I was literally about to cry.
No, listen. And then they got cussed out by everybody
We
else.
got cussed out by everybody in the gym. And then we went out and we had to run again.
And they had to run anyway.
Yep, run again. But literally since then though, I mean like especially, I mean he knew better, but like the new cats like King Mace, he been a whole like, you know, he go hard.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? He go hard. He wanna, you know, he wanna prove himself. He want them kids to start down here, and then, you know, that situation, he ain't been
moving up.
He moving up.
Yeah, I see it every day in him too. I like it. I love
But
it
see,
about him.
another good thing too, he get to be a leader because he get to kind of like mentor Maceo as far as like working out. You know what I'm saying? So Maceo kind of is like a basketball team.
Yeah.
He has to be a leader. You got to be a leader in some, him and Chop. You know what I'm saying?
I think the beauty of that is that it helped him with his situation now because
you got to.
He's by himself when it comes to what he
really
had last
to,
year.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
I think, and I would hope that taught him a real good lesson in terms of no matter what, I'm always gonna lead the right way.
You got to,
because this is what I'm supposed to do.
But then the biggest thing is that from you never know who watching you.
That's exactly.
You never know what coaches in them stands. You never know who came to see because they heard you got game. They might have heard this or heard that, and you never know who is creeping around paying attention to you. You know what I'm saying? So that's
and I love this part about you. You come out and you watch them play. You come out and you support them. And that's like something that I feel like the relationship between a trainer and a player or an athlete, that's beautiful. Like, because all trainers don't do that.
I agree.
Right.
You know, they don't.
Agree.
And you come and tell them you had a bad game, you suck. You know, and don't suck because when you suck, but look, it is motivation. But when you suck, you know the whole gym gonna be on your head.
I'm gonna let everybody. I'm gonna tell everybody before you walk in there, like, hey, bro, he stumped it.
Yeah.
What do he do? So when you come in there, they gonna be like, man, what did you? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It's crazy. But I come to the game. I tell them all the time, I'm not coming to see y'all score 30.
Yes, I like that part.
Seeing us to just
I want to see y'all just play, enjoy what y'all doing, and go hard at it. I don't care who you going against and compete. I don't care who you going against.
First game of the season, we play against Ray.
Yeah.
Ray, we was talking shit the whole time.
But I love to see that. I knew Ray and them probably weren't gonna beat him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I want to see.
Like he gonna hold me to under 10 points.
Yeah, but I said, Ray, I see the picture. I said, Rod scored the first 6 on you, the first 10 points in 2 minutes, bro. Like, you know? Oh man, but no, it's good. I love to see them just compete. I want to see them compete.
What do you want your boys to take from you mostly? And then I'm gonna flip it. What do you want them to take from you, and what do you want?
What do you take from us?
Oh, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
Go ahead.
It's a good question. I need them just as much as they need me, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I want them to just see somebody that you don't have to be like a famous NBA player to have an impact on people around you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to be like a NFL star. You can still be successful if you just work hard, and you can still make an impact on everybody around you.
Amen.
I try to keep myself as humble as possible and just be as normal as possible to let the people know, let the kids know. You know, they got a lot of influences around them that, you know, they want to be these things that they not, or they want to move too fast. You know what I'm saying? I just try to get them to take from me, you can still be successful and be yourself. Right. You can be normal and have a huge impact on your community. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
and I'm glad you said that you had like people influencing, because you and TJ have become like father figures.
We have
all of y'all kids.
Yeah, we have.
Every kid that y'all train, they just look up to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
They're slowly just becoming their own men.
That's true. And then it's good because, like, you know, they get to call me and Tony, like, you know, Boogie was in high school. Can I see your car? Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to teach them. I'm willing to risk my things to help them grow up.
Yeah, right.
You know
And be responsible.
And be responsible. Like Boogie, and I had my car back at 4:00.
Right.
If it's not back at 4, you can't see it no more.
That's what's up.
And so he's driving. It's outside. Oh, it's 3:59. You just made it, boy.
Yeah, no,
you know
even with the don't laugh, but even how when they can't be late, right? So they know.
Right.
But he be at home like,
Oh
Mom,
my
listen,
God,
we gotta go, like, Mom, and I know that, and it's so crazy. The one time where I couldn't work out either because we was late, I was so mad at you. I'm like, but I'm the mama.
Yeah. No,
you like, nah, he gotta do by himself. All right, whatever. And I'm like, no, but I think that's great. The responsibility that you teach them, and then again, community, right? So you and your brother do a lot of work with the community. Like, you guys do so much stuff. Can you just talk about some stuff that you guys do, so that people are aware? Like, you can actually come in that gym right now if you don't have clothes and get stuff because you guys have that available.
So like daily, I mean, it started off with just doing like just food drives, you know, like prime dress giveaways for young women who don't, you know, have a situation to get something to wear. You know, Christmas drives, all that type of stuff. But now I got to the point where, like, I've got him involved. Like, I want all my athletes to do it. They come help. It got to the point where people every day, they just dropping off shoes or clothes that they don't want.
Yep.
And we got a bag and we leave it outside the gym. And 2 days later, it's all gone. You know, or somebody literally come in there like, hey, man, you know, I ain't got no coat. It's cold. Can I? Yeah, I got you. You know what I'm saying? We got coats in there. So it just become a part of what we do now. Like, it got to the point now, like, they don't even ask me or Tony. They just bring the clothes in and set it up themselves, and they gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just
I bring stuff in there all the time.
Yeah.
But I come in there and be like, oh, this stuff here, and now it's gone.
Yeah, and it's gone. And it be gone. Like, but, you know, the community know that gym, that's where they can get it from. You know what I'm saying? That's
and
where
so
they get
you
it
guys who are listening, just know, like, if somebody needs something, you can always walk in there and ask if they have it. It's available, all type of stuff. So I love that part. Like, it's not just a gym; it's a community space that people can all grow and get what they need. And I mean, I love it. I'm so happy that Tony said, "Get your gym, get your gym guy."
He did,
and he told you, you know, and you guys figured it out, and it's just working so well right now. I think that.
It's only the
And
beginning.
that's the funny part, because so now, glad you said that, because the question I have is, what are some of your future goals in terms of the gym?
So we got a new basketball court coming.
Yeah.
Hey.
We got a new basketball court coming. Full court. You know, it's like NBA size, and we're gonna add that to obviously this is the side that y'all know that we, you know, so we're gonna add that to that side. We got new equipment coming in the next 2-3 weeks, but we got, you know, we always get new equipment, just like new running machines, and you know.
And one thing I gotta mention this. So in the beginning, we used to go, you know, to Belle Isle, and we used to be in the sand and all that, and you guys built a sand lot in the back. Like, that was so dope. So now we don't have to travel so far.
Yeah,
we got our own sand lot in the back.
Exactly.
The gym is coming. The floor is coming. That's a game.
That's a game.
You gonna have to start, like, people gonna be on appointments only, man.
Literally. But I did that for them.
Yeah,
you know
I know.
What I'm saying? Like, I did that because I know the football and boxer, you know, they can lift weights and they got they field right there. Right. You know what I'm saying? But it was nowhere for like the basketball kids. When they get done, they got to drive all the way to, you know, wherever to try that. So it's no, like, when you get done, you can go right over there and get your shots up. Nice. I don't have to train you to do that because you know how to work yourself. So like, you know, you get you a gun, you get your shots up, and then shoot it out.
Exactly.
You know, and then like I said, we can have tournament. You know what time it is.
Oh, you already know.
It can be 2 a.m. Hey, I got money on you. Little dog said he can beat you. You know
right.
Like, let's get it. We got the key. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a way for us to just do the same thing we've been doing, but it's just, you know, another avenue.
So when you look at yourself, and I know that's the future for the gym, do you look at yourself as like, whatever that is, that's for you, or you have other goals for yourself as like individually? Okay,
so y'all know me. I'm pretty humble, but this is first. I don't feel like I have to do much besides what I'm doing right now, because honestly, it's only one trainer in Michigan. Only one trainer you sitting with him that has a world champion, a top amateur boxing program in the country. I train top basketball athletes. I train top football athletes. So there's only one trainer that has all these athletes at every level.
Exactly.
So for me, I feel like everything I'm doing is for them. I don't need to I don't have like personal goals, because I feel like all my goals is already
them.
It's built within them. So that speaks for itself.
Yes, it does.
So everything that I'm doing,
volumes.
It speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying? It speaks for itself. So everything I'm doing with the gym is literally for them, to help them.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? Improve.
So dope.
And, you know.
You got anything, young man? Tell me what LJ means to you.
What do you mean?
Tell LJ what he mean to you.
Man. 3 years ago, I was soft.
Okay.
I was really soft.
A little timid. Yeah, a little timid.
I was soft. I was scrawny. I was getting pushed around.
Yeah.
So I was like,
when you got when we came there, I think he was like 121. Yeah.
Man. Tall though, but he was tall, but he was skinny little stick.
Exactly. Yeah. And then, you know, I got to working out. You know, it was hard at first. You know what I'm saying? It was hard. But then he kind of like instilled in me, not even just like telling me, but, you know, him just talking all the time, always talking. You know what I'm saying? Always being competitive. It was all just a mindset thing. it was never really about my abilities. It was just if I thought I could do it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And him teaching me that for 3 years, it has built my confidence, my leadership, and it's built me as a player. Like,
and I love that when people come see you, they be like, "That's LJ guy."
yeah,
I love it.
exactly.
I
Yeah.
love it, and that's why I put so much pressure on them. Like,
Exactly.
show up, just show up. You know what I'm saying? So,
Exactly. It's like when people that he trains like show up, it's like a fear factor.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
People just get they gotta put on their best game, their best show, just to show them that LJ not this. It's not even against me. It's against him.
Right.
So I show up for him more than I show up for myself sometimes.
Right.
Yeah, it
Right.
be like that. Yeah.
Right.
So like he has just taught me so much about myself and the abilities that I have and the things I can do in the world, especially with the community stuff, and you know, just giving back. And then I watch him with his daughter. He just training her.
Yes.
And I'm like, that's my mama right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
it's just all around a great thing and a great feeling to have this man in my life to just teach me all the things that I needed to taught. Yeah, teach. I'm tripping. Like, I got a whole English teacher right here. But yeah, you know, it's just I'm very grateful and thankful because
I am
without
too.
him, I really wouldn't be where I'm at right
No, for sure. And that's what's up.
Special.
And the last thing, LJ, just give us a little bit about being a father because I think that's like your top priority for sure. And we watch you do that as well as work with all these other kids. And I know sometimes as a parent, you say, "Dang, am I not doing what I'm supposed to do for my kids?" But not realizing everything you do for all of these kids,
She's watching.
they watching anyway. And it's so just real quick.
It do get times where I get so, you know, I do get very busy, and I do feel like that. Like, man, I feel like I ain't seen.
You feel like you neglecting your own
yeah,
kid, right?
it's like, man,
But
I
you
ain't
know.
seen Tyler, but and it's good. So that's why, especially her, cause she getting older, she getting bigger. So I made it sure every day she has to come to the gym. Even if she ain't staying with me, comes to the gym every day.
Yes.
And like right now, I could easily just took her to, you know, anywhere with my mom. Watch her for a second, but I'm like, you know, I make that thing to make sure she stays
Yeah.
with me.
It's
And
good that
for-
you're watching this stuff because I grew up.
Yeah, and
Exactly.
she get to
I
see
was
it.
in
You
here
know what
watching
I'm
my
saying?
dad and my mom.
Hi,
radio
Tyler.
shows.
Yeah. So she get to see it. I don't want her to be. I want her to see. I just want like me. I just want her to be aware.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause it's gonna be to a point where
She
she's
gonna
gonna have to
remember
grow
this.
up.
She
Yeah,
gonna
she's
remember
gonna remember it. You know, I want her to remember that. Like I used to be with my daddy everywhere. Like,
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and then it's a good thing though. You know, it's a good thing. I get to be fathers to a lot of kids, like you said, to a lot of kids. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
But I just want to say thank you so much for coming on to our
Yes, sir.
show.
This
Like
was good. This
you
was good.
are just the best ever.
This was good.
And I just hope that people listen. And I mean, first of all, anybody who listened had to be motivated because,
Has to be.
like, you just doing the bomb. And I give kudos to you, your brother, your mom, your whole family, your sisters. Like, I thank God for y'all.
Nah, we appreciate y'all. We definitely appreciate y'all. We love y'all. That's the thing.
We
really-
love you too.
And y'all know we love y'all. Like,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know what's going on.
Thank you so much for listening to Speak Volumes Talk Show with your host, Peter the Coach.
And Robert the Natural.
The
All right.
natural. We out.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for tuning in. Join us every Sunday at 11 a.m. right here on Empower Sundays on the Vent Radio Network. Support the show by sending your donation to $ The Robert Davis Co. on Cash App. Stay connected to the show on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Roku, and the Vent Radio app. You can't be silent any longer. Now that you're a part of the Speak Volumes Talk Show with your hosts, Keita the Coach and Rob the Natural. Y'all come back now.